People think the fader hates socializing. Not true. They love being around others, in theory. But conversations drain them like some cursed enchantment.
Yeah, conversations definitely drain me. I feel like I do like being around other people. It just has to be the right kind of people. If I'm just forced to be around you due to circumstance like work or school and I don't really like you, I can't help it. I don't really like you. Because I've convinced myself somewhere along the way that I don't like people, but I feel like that's low key so that I won't be put in situations with them to embarrass myself or make a fool of myself or have them put judgment on me. There's definitely a degree of that. I do like people, I think, but I just gotta see who you are first. But, you know, people in general do give me anxiety though. I will not lie. Every type of introvert explained what they're hiding. Video by Cyclical. Now, I am an introvert. I did not know that there were types of introverts though. When I'm looking at which one I am, I can't quite put my finger on one definitively. I feel like I can see myself in multiple. But yes, an introvert, if you're, unaware, is someone who prefers to spend time on their own and who gets energy by being by themselves. Or an extrovert, in contrast, I feel like it's somebody who gets energy from being around other people and they genuinely enjoy being around other people. Me, that is not the case. I am definitely an introvert. Which one? I'm not entirely sure, which is why we clicked on the vid to find out, and we could potentially learn something new that we can impart onto other people. So let's watch the video. Let's take it away.
Type 1, the fader. Picture this. You're at a friend's housewarming party. Music's playing, snacks are out. People are talking about everything from weekend plans to conspiracy theories about why the Wi-Fi keeps cutting out. You walk in fully charged, smiling, nodding, even throwing out a brave, "Hey, what's up?" at someone you barely know. For the first 10 minutes, you're surviving, maybe even thriving. Then slowly, quietly, fate takes over. Your internal battery drops from 100% to 12% faster than an old iPhone in winter. Someone asks you, "So what do you do?" And your brain responds with a polite little shutdown tone. Suddenly, you're standing there like a video game character whose controller got unplugged. This is the life of the fader, the introvert who doesn't leave social events. They evaporate from them. 1 second you're there, smiling at the chip bowl, and the next, gone. No announcement, no goodbye. Just a smooth slip into the shadows like a polite ninja with anxiety. People think the fader hates socializing. Not true. They love being around others, in theory. But conversations drain them like some cursed enchantment.
Yeah, conversations definitely drain me. I feel like I do like being around other people. It just has to be the right kind of people. If I'm just forced to be around you due to circumstance like work or school and I don't really like you, I can't help it. I don't really like you. But if I choose who I'm being around, because obviously every human being likes being around other people. Without other people in the world, life probably wouldn't even be worth living if I'm keeping it a buck. So I do like being around other people. Choosing the people that I'm around is crucial. And yes, when I'm conversating with people I don't like to talk to, even people I do like to talk to, I definitely get drained. So yes, I see qualities of myself in the fader.
Every laugh, every question, "So, how have you been?" is
Yeah,
another
that's so
percentage
annoying.
lost from their mental battery. By the time their internal energy bar starts blinking red, their mission becomes survival. Find exit, avoid small talk, escape without making it awkward. The fader isn't rude. They're self-preserving. They know their limits. They know the exact moment their social mask starts slipping. And instead of melting down in front of a crowd, they perform one last heroic act. The Irish goodbye. Disappearing with the elegance of a ghost who pays rent. Alone at home afterward? They recharge instantly.
Yep.
Silence hits like medicine. Their mind goes, "Finally." This is the fader. The introvert who loves people, just not for very long.
Nah.
Type 2, the mind spinner.
Do I like people, bro? I don't really know. I wouldn't go that far. You know what I'm saying? Because I've convinced myself somewhere along the way that I don't like people, but I feel like that's low key so that I won't be put in situations with them to embarrass myself or make a fool of myself or have them put judgment on me. There's definitely a degree of that. I do like people, I think, but I just got to see who you are first. But, you know, people in general do give me anxiety though. I will not lie. So do with that information what you will.
Picture this. Someone waves at you across the street. You wave back. But halfway through the motion, you realize, wait, were they waving at you or at the person behind you? Congratulations. Your brain has now opened
The
72
mind
mental
spinner.
tabs trying to analyze the situation. Welcome
I
to
have that too. I do have this too.
the world of the mind spinner. The introvert whose thoughts spin harder than a washing machine on turbo mode. While everyone else lives in real time, the mind spinner lives in replay mode. watching every interaction like it's CCTV footage from a crime documentary. They don't just overthink, they ultra-think. If life is a conversation, they've secretly written 12 scripts, rehearsed 4 responses, and still panicked when someone said, "Hi." A
Yep.
simple text like, "We need to talk," becomes a psychological thriller. A pause in a reply becomes a plot twist. Someone saying "sure" instead of "okay" becomes a sign of impending doom. Inside the mind spinner's head, everything means something. A glance, a shrug, a period at the end of a sentence. They decode social cues like they're defusing a bomb. Except the bomb is their own anxiety and the timer resets every 5 minutes. And here's the twist. Mind spinners aren't dramatic. They're just too aware, too tuned in, too sensitive to every shift in tone, timing, and vibe. Their brain is a Ferris wheel of what ifs, turning all day, every day. What if I offended them? What if I sounded weird?
Hmm.
What if they misunderstood?
Yeah.
What if I'm overthinking?
Yep.
They're definitely overthinking. But beneath all the mental spirals lies a big heart. Mind spinners replay everything not because they're paranoid, but because they care. They want to get things right. They want to be understood. They want to be good. It's exhausting, yes, but it's also what makes them gentle, perceptive, and deeply human. This is the mind spinner, living in a world where every thought is a carousel and stopping it feels impossible. Type.
I would say that John is definitely more me than the fader. The fader in the sense that I do get more annoyed the more I have to talk to people, and I get more drained to the point where I'm having a good front being shown to you, but then that joint quickly fades away. Hence the name. Yes, that is me. But the mind spinner is a lot more me. Every single thing that goes on, I question that hoe, I play it back, I think about what it really meant. The mind spinner is definitely more me than the fader, but I see overlap for sure. The NPC. I'm not no NPC. Is that the like just a random person who don't really show, like, you know what I'm saying? They don't got no personality. They so nervous that they don't even show people who they is. They just try to be too perfect. They try like mold into like who they think, you know what I'm saying? Like they so plain in their, you know what I'm saying, how they show up that they don't even like strike you as an actual character in the storyline. I think that might be it.
3. The NPC. Picture this. You're at a busy cafe with a bunch of friends. Everyone's laughing, debating, telling stories with hand gestures so dramatic they could win awards. And then there's you, quietly sipping your drink, nodding at the right moments, contributing exactly nothing.
Yeah.
Not because you're bored, not because you're clueless,
Nervous.
but because you've accepted your role in this social cutscene. You're the NPC. While everyone else behaves like main characters with soundtracks and emotional arcs, you exist peacefully in the background, observing the chaos like a wise villager from a fantasy game. People walk past you, they talk over you. Sometimes they forget you're there, and weirdly, that's kind of comforting.
Mm.
You watch the group like a wildlife documentary. Oh, look, the extrovert is about to tell a story that goes nowhere. Fascinating. You study dynamics, body language, motives, facial expressions, quietly collecting data like an undercover anthropologist.
I mean, I do kind of do this, but just not on purpose. The only thing that throws me off is when they said they're happy to be an NPC. Like, no. Sometimes if I don't want to talk with you, okay, cool, I'll take that back seat and just observe you. But I do like observing people. I feel like that's the only thing about the NPC that I resonate with.
The NPC doesn't go out of their way to stand out. They're not trying to steal the spotlight. They're not even sure where the spotlight is. But here's the thing no one realizes. NPCs notice everything. The subtle eye roll, the awkward tension, the joke that didn't land, the spark between two people who think they're being subtle. NPCs are the unofficial historians of every friend group. Of course, the downside is that sometimes people assume you're shy or uninterested.
Yeah.
But really, you're just there, present, silent, comfortable in your own low-volume existence. And when you do speak, everyone listens. Because the NPC doesn't waste dialogue. Your lines come out like rare loot drops. Surprising, valuable, occasionally hilarious. This is the NPC.
That joint is me low-key a little bit. Golly, I just don't like being like, you feel me? I don't like being quiet. It feels bad. It feels like I'm being, you know what I'm saying, a smaller version of myself. It feels like I'm shrinking myself when I'm not talking.
Quiet background soul who sees everything but says nothing unless it truly matters. Type 4, the Cloud Walker. Picture this. You're at a group study session. Everyone's discussing equations, deadlines, and why the printer is always broken. But you're staring out the window, fully invested in a story only you can see. One involving dramatic rainfall, a mysterious stranger, and maybe a dragon. if you're feeling extra imaginative today. Welcome to the world of the Cloud Walker,
Okay.
the introvert who lives 50% on Earth and 50% in a beautifully crafted alternate universe where everything is more interesting than reality. Cloud Walkers
I do
drift.
be seeing myself as like an anime or a video game character. If that is you know what I'm saying, related in any way, it makes me, you know what I'm saying, able to see life as a little bit more exciting.
Not because they're bored or confused, but because the real world is simply too flat. Their imagination is a much better place to be. They reimagine conversations, rewrite scenarios, create parallel timelines, and occasionally forget where they are mid-sentence. Someone asks, "Hey, are you listening?" Technically, yes. Emotionally, you left your body 5 minutes ago and are currently floating over a field of metaphorical butterflies. Cloudwalkers have entire movies running in their minds. Original soundtracks, character arcs, side quests, plot twists. They're directors, writers, and main characters of universes no one else has access to. And while others see them as quiet or spaced out, the truth is, their inner world is loud, colorful, beautiful, and often 1,000 times more exciting than whatever small talk is happening around them.
Yeah.
Cloudwalkers are incredibly creative, artists, writers, thinkers, idea factories. But they're also prone to getting lost in thought. They miss exits, forget replies, walk into rooms and forget why.
Mm.
Their mental tabs are always open, but never in order. Do they seem distracted? Maybe. But they're also the ones who bring magic into the mundane. This is the Cloudwalker, a dream-footed wanderer drifting between worlds, carrying stories no one else ever sees. Type 5, the
Yeah, so that's a little bit me. Not as much, but a little bit.
selective. Picture this. Someone invites you to a big group hangout. 20 people. Loud music, chaotic energy. Everyone's chatting, mingling, swapping stories about their week.
Mm.
And then there's you, smiling politely while calculating how quickly you can escape without being rude.
Yeah.
But here's the twist. Put you alone with one person you genuinely vibe with, suddenly you're alive,
Oh yeah.
talking deeply, laughing easily, actually enjoying the moment. This is the selective, the introvert who bonds not by quantity but by chemistry. They don't collect people, they curate them. To
Mhm.
outsiders, it feels mysterious. Why are they distant with some people but so warm with others? Simple answer. Selectives operate on an emotional fingerprint scanner. Most people don't pass the scan. They don't dislike humans. They just don't have the social bandwidth for everyone. Their heart is a small, cozy apartment with only 2 chairs. Everyone else has to wait outside, and they're perfectly okay with that. The selective has a superpower. They love intensely, quietly, and loyally, but only with the chosen few who feel safe,
Yeah.
real, and effortless.
That's me.
Put them in a group, they shut down like old Wi-Fi. Put them with someone they trust, they open up like a secret garden. But here's the internal struggle. Selectives often feel guilty for not trying harder socially.
Yes.
What they don't realize is that their emotional selectivity is a form of self-preservation and, honestly, a gift. Because when a selective chooses you, they don't half-love. They go all in. This is the selective, the introvert whose world may be small, but whose connections run deep enough to feel like home. Type 6,
Yes, me.
the shy spirit. Picture this. You arrive at a small get-together. Nothing intense, just a few people chatting over snacks. Everyone else walks in like their personality is already logged in and loaded. Meanwhile, you're still buffering at 3% trying to remember how your face muscles work. Someone says, "Hey, come join us." And your entire soul performs a soft jump scare. This is the daily life of the
Yeah, that's
shy
me.
spirit. The introvert
They're all me, bro. I don't know. Like they all have a degree of me.
who isn't avoiding people. They're just terrified their social skills have expired overnight. The moment
Yes.
they enter a room, their inner monologue becomes a chaotic radio station. Where do I stand? Where do I put my hands? Is breathing too loudly a thing? Did I just smile like a confused mascot?
Mm-hmm.
A simple conversation
I feel
feels
like this goes way along with the what's it called? I don't know what it's called, but the one where you just overthink and you think everything out, you know what I'm saying? Like literally everything has meaning in it.
like walking into a spotlight you never auditioned for. Even introducing themselves feels risky, like pressing a mysterious button and hoping it doesn't set off fireworks. The shy spirit has a talent.
Literally, I'll get thoughts like, oh, you're gonna mess this up. And then I do it, and then I maybe mess it up, or I won't mess it up, but either way, I survive, so. But I still do be having them thoughts, for sure.
For micro freezes. Someone asks a question? Freeze. Someone looks at them too long? Freeze. Someone compliments their outfit? Full system lock. It's like the compliments hit too fast, and their emotional processor can't catch the ball. But beneath all this, there's a softness that most people never see on first glance. Shy spirits feel deeply, they observe gently. They want connection, real connection.
Mm.
But fear turns every hello into a tightrope.
Yep.
Give them patience, time, and someone who doesn't rush them, and they unfold slowly like a shy flower opening at its own pace. When they finally speak comfortably, their words carry thought, sincerity, and a kind of quiet warmth that's impossible to fake. This is the shy spirit, the introvert who battles invisible nerves just to
That
exist
low-key goes with the selective and the other one I was talking about, yeah.
in a room.
A lot of these kind of overlap, huh? I guess for a reason, right? Shoot. If you're introverted, you probably got a lot of these qualities to you.
Yet holds a heart gentle enough to make anyone feel safe. Type 7, the offline mute. Picture this. In the group chat, you're unstoppable. You're firing off jokes faster than anyone can react. You're witty, confident, practically sparkling with personality. People think you're the
Yo, it is crazy, bro. When I'm on Discord or I'm on FaceTime or I'm on the group chat, you know what I'm saying, the messages app with my friends, I do feel like a completely different person than when I meet up with them in person, bro. Because I'm just trying not to embarrass myself. I'm still self-conscious. I don't know how to quite play it in real life. I'm like, oh, is this weird? It kind of goes along with the, you know what I'm saying, literally thinking everything through. It is just a different dynamic. It feels more safe over the net, which is why I feel like I'm able to be my true self more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the social offline. Is that what it was called?
funniest person alive. Then someone says, hey, let's meet in person.
Yeah, the
And
offline
suddenly
mute.
your entire charisma packs its bags and vanishes like it never existed.
Yeah.
Welcome to the offline mute, the introvert whose personality has two modes, digital lion and real life whisper. Online, the world feels manageable. You have time to think, time to edit, time to delete that one message that sounded weird. You're in control, a conductor directing your own social orchestra. But offline, everything becomes too immediate. Words don't wait for you, reactions don't come with typing indicators, and faces, actual human faces, feel like high-resolution pressure.
Mhm.
Suddenly, the confident, chatty version of you shrinks into a quiet shadow of itself. What others experience as awkward silence is really your brain, scrambling to translate thoughts into sound at a pace that feels comfortable. The offline mute isn't pretending. They genuinely feel like their real-world voice is locked behind a heavier door.
Yeah.
They want to speak, but every sentence feels like it needs a security check before it's allowed out. Yet despite the quiet exterior, their inner world is vibrant. They think deeply. They feel intensely. They just communicate better when the world isn't staring at them, waiting for immediate output.
Yeah, that's
And
me
people
too.
who earn their offline trust, they get the truest version, the unedited, warm, quietly hilarious one that rarely appears in crowded rooms. This is the offline mute, the introvert whose voice shines brightest when it's typed, not spoken. Type 8, the iron veil. Picture this, someone asks you, so, how are you really feeling? And instantly your mind shuts a heavy curtain. Not angrily, not dramatically,
Out of
just
protection.
instinctively, like a theater ending its show for the night. The lights go off, the stage is cleared, and no one is allowed backstage without a special pass. This is the iron veil, the introvert whose heart is wrapped in quiet armor. To most people, you seem composed and calm, like nothing ever rattles you. You give short answers, polite smiles, and steady nods. But that isn't emptiness, it's protection.
Yeah.
Your emotions live deeper than you're willing to display.
Can y'all guess what I'm about to say next? This is me too. This is me too.
Tucked away like rare books in a private library. It's not that you don't feel, you feel a lot. You just prefer to experience emotions privately where they can't be misread, mishandled, or turned into gossip fuel. When someone tries to get close too fast, the iron veil retreats inward. Not because they dislike the person, but because opening up feels like handing over a fragile glass sculpture and hoping it isn't dropped. They
Yep.
don't cry easily in front of others. They don't overshare. They don't spill their heart unless they trust someone on a level that takes time to build. But here's the beautiful part. Once the iron veil finally lets someone in, it's a rare and profound kind of closeness. They love steadily, quietly, and with a sense of loyalty that doesn't announce itself. It just stays. They are not cold. They are not distant. They are simply cautious with something they value deeply, their inner world. This is the iron veil, the introvert who protects their emotions like a guarded treasure, revealing them only to those who've earned a place past the curtain.
Yep.
Type 9.
That sounds like the like the last few that we've heard. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of these is pretty similar, bro.
The homebody. Picture this. Your friends are hyped about going out. Let's hit that new cafe. Let's explore the night market. Let's be spontaneous. Meanwhile, you're standing there thinking, but My blanket knows my shape. My
Yeah.
room already understands me. Why would I betray that loyalty? Welcome to the realm of the homebody, the introvert whose natural habitat is a personalized sanctuary of comfort and familiarity. For the homebody, the outside world isn't scary. It's simply unnecessary.
No, that joint is a little scary to me, I ain't gonna lie.
Their room is not just a room, it's a carefully crafted ecosystem. A warm lamp here, a favorite mug there, maybe a playlist that plays like a heartbeat. Everything is arranged with the precision of someone who treats peace like a daily ritual. Going out requires preparation none of their extrovert friends understand. Not physical preparation, emotional. They need time to adjust, time to plan, time to mentally build a bridge between I should socialize and but my pillows miss me. A homebody will agree to plans, yes. But the moment they imagine the noise, the crowds, the unpredictable
They
conversations,
back out.
they begin negotiating with themselves like a hostage situation. Inside their space, though, they recharge in ways others never see. They read. They listen to music. They sit in silence without feeling lonely. Their home is a cocoon where their mind untangles itself. And when they invite someone into that sacred space, that's a sign of trust so big it should come with a certificate. This is the homebody, the introvert who finds the outside world interesting, sure, but finds the inside world irreplaceable. Type 10, the depth seeker.
Mm.
Picture this. You're stuck in a conversation where someone is describing in great detail how they rearranged their sock drawer last weekend. Everyone else is nodding politely. You, meanwhile, feel your soul gently packing its belongings and preparing to leave your body. Welcome to the world of the depth seeker, the introvert who craves meaning like others crave dessert. Depth seekers don't hate people. They just can't survive in conversations that hover at surface level. Their mind is built like a deep-sea vessel, designed to explore ideas, feelings, dreams, fears, purpose. Asking them to chat about weather patterns feels like trying to run that vessel in the kiddie pool. When a depth seeker says, "How are you?" they actually mean, "How is your heart? What's been changing inside you? What did life teach you this week?" They're drawn to people who think out loud, feel honestly, and aren't afraid to sit in silence while searching for the right words.
Mm-hmm.
But put them in a group where the hottest topic is, so, pineapple on pizza? And they quietly vanish into mental exile. Not physically, they're still there. But spiritually, they've teleported to a quiet mountaintop where someone is finally discussing something real. Depth seekers adore long, soul-stretching conversations, the kind that unravel at 2 a.m. when walls are low and truth comes easily.
Yep.
They're not trying to be intense, they just don't know how to do light. And while some people misunderstand them as too serious, the truth is this. Depth seekers carry an inner world full of meaning, curiosity, and sincerity. When they connect fully. This is the depth seeker, the introvert who doesn't just talk, they dive. If you liked the video, watch these as
Hey
well.
man,
And
this
make
video was smooth. It's giving AI a little bit, but it's all good. A lot of them joints did overlap. If I had to say the ones that stuck out with me the most, definitely the homebody. I don't really like going out with people. I like being by myself. I be overthinking everything a lot. I be trying not to get hurt, which is why I close myself off a lot. You know what I'm saying? I overthink every little thing. Did I mention that? I do that a lot. And yeah, my social battery is very much limited. I don't want to interact with a lot of people. I'm selective with who I hang out with. You know what I'm saying? And I do crave depth because I hate small talk. A lot of that, it does overlap. I feel like you can say that about a lot of introverts, but just because you're introverted doesn't mean you'll necessarily have all of these things apply to you. So if you are an introvert, you know what I'm saying, out there watching the video, please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. While you're there, like the video and subscribe. Let me know what you think. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for watching the video. Love y'all. Peace.